It's another day, the sun is shining. Got to know what's going on around you. Wake up, it's the time to motivate your mind. Come with me, let's make this moment brighter. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Come on and wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Hey.
Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise. We're up dead early on another fantastic Friday. We're so happy you can join us. My name is Mark Daniels.
And I'm Davriel Gardner, and a happy Friday to you.
We've made it. It's Friday. It's the weekend.
It's Friday again.
I went to say just got paid, but at the end of 15, yeah, we got one more week and then,
yes.
then it'll be time for that song. But we made it to the end of another week with all schools being open, everybody. Congratulations to all the parents, all the teachers, all the administrators that worked hard to get their children to school, to make sure school was ready. All of you who've been having patience on the road, because that traffic has been bad. I wake up Monday morning and traffic was in my shower. Right? But I'm telling you, the week is done, the weekend is here, and we're ready to relax and have a good time, right?
Absolutely. You know, back to school is always an exciting time. It just brings back so many memories. It's been great to just see all the kids, especially in my neighborhood, leaving early in the morning, and the families getting back into the swing of things. And I'm sure the parents, how did that feel for you, Mark?
So, you know, you have to commit to get up early. So my wife and I, we said, we'll get up at 5 a.m. And, you know, we usually get up early for the show, so it wasn't too bad. But, you know, as the week went on, it got a little bit hotter and hotter. And you could see it on the road. You know, traffic at 8 o'clock on Monday was all the way up Eastern Road, and then by today, we'll see there'll be no traffic at all. So, everyone, thanks for your patience, and we're so happy you're joining us. We've got a great show for you today. We're going to be talking with the details of the Charlotte Knowles-Thompson second annual conference, their college fair starting today, and we'll be talking about the new trade and skills curriculum being offered in our Focus on Education segment with the Ministry of Education and Technical and Vocational Training.
And we'll find out about back to school care with Oaktree Medical. Also, we're going to be TCL. We want to remind you, that TCL invites you to attend our Abaco Business Outlook, which is Thursday, September 21st. Registration is $120. Early registration by September 15th is $100. Students can attend for $90, and a virtual ticket is $70. But first, let's check on weather with Godfrey Burnside.
Weather at Sunrise, brought to you by NUA, the hands-on agency.
Thank you, everyone. Good morning, Bahamas. In your first look at weather at sunrise, weak high pressure across the islands, still have some troughing across the southeastern islands. But this morning, we're going to focus on Lee. Powerful Hurricane Lee is expected to generate dangerous surf, life-threatening recurrence, along with coastal flooding, sea spray, sand debris, and overtopping waves along the coastal roads, especially the Glassbender Bridge in Eleuthera, the Fishing Hole Roll in Grand Bahama, as Lee is expected to pass just east of the Bahamas and the Caicos Islands, and these is to start on Sunday in the Southeastern Islands and will remain with us through next week. So we're asking mariners to stay in port and swimmers out of the sea. Any weather today, partly sunny, hot and humid, with a few showers or an isolated thunderstorm over the northwest Bahamas, variable cloudiness with scattered showers, isolated thunderstorms over the central and southeastern islands, high temperature 92, heat index 107. Tonight, we're looking at partly cloudy and warm with a few scattered showers, an isolated thunderstorm, mainly across the central and southeastern islands, Low temperature going down to 78 degrees Fahrenheit. And some regional highs and lows across the Caribbean: Barbados 88 and 80, in Jamaica 93 and 80, in Trinidad 1978, and the Turks and Caicos Islands 91 and 80. Across North America, Atlanta 89 and 63, in Boston 87 and 71, in Miami 91 and 79, Dallas, Texas 106 and 78, and Toronto, Canada 75 and 64. As you go to the weekend, we'll look at a mix of sun and clouds, still on the hot side. Still expect 1 or 2 showers, maybe an isolated thunderstorm for the most part. So temperature daytime will be around the 90-degree mark, at nighttime in the upper 70s. But our advice is that mariners starting Sunday, particularly in the southeastern islands, undertaking the islands to stay in port, and the remainder of the islands starting on Monday. That puts a wrap on your first look at the weather at sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Mark.
Thank you, Godfrey. The Charlotte Knowles-Thompson Agency, or CKTA, is an education consultancy that offers a free support system for students and families looking for accredited universities and scholarships. She is holding her second annual college fair this weekend and joins us today with some of her fair participants. We have with us Charlotte Knowles-Thompson. She's the CEO and lead consultant of the Charlotte Knowles-Thompson Agency. We have Ms. Phi Tai. She is the Associate Director of Marketing and Finance with the Wichita State University. And we have Mr. Jonatan Nunez, and he is the Assistant Director of Admissions at Wichita State University. Good morning, all, and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning. Good morning.
It's back to school time.
Woohoo!
We're all excited. We're just chatting about how, the buzz is probably in the air, people going off to school, arriving, getting settled in, orientation. So, Charlotte, tell us, what does your agency do specifically?
We find the most affordable accredited universities for students. I partner with the most amazing schools, and they offer Bahamian students scholarships.
Awesome.
And additional scholarships.
Awesome.
Yeah, and so, we just make it easier for parents to afford higher education for their children.
Fantastic. Tell us about the college fair happening this weekend.
Yes. Oh, it started off yesterday.
Okay.
We hosted a fair for the airport community. This morning, it's about the high school seniors. We want them to come in intentionally prepared to make a decision. Students wait too long to finalize their college that they want to go to. And as a result, they miss important deadlines. They miss scholarship deadlines. So the 12th graders are coming in today, and they're out of the 34 universities that's there. Make up your mind so that you can just focus now on BGCSEs and all the other mandatory requirements to graduate.
Yeah. And you got options. Sound like it's a lot of universities there. We got one here in studio, Wichita State. So Ms. Tai, tell us a little bit about Wichita State and why Bahamians would enjoy going there.
Of course. So Wichita State is known for its engineering programs, in particular aerospace engineering. So we partner with many different companies. They are inside our campus, including Airbus. Our international students got a lot of opportunities for research and job opportunities with these companies, and also we are one of the safest universities in the U.S. It's very affordable. I was an international student myself, graduated from Wichita State, so I just look forward to talk to students about their plans for studying in the U.S. this weekend.
That's awesome. Mr. Nunez, she mentioned international students. Do Bahamians currently attend Wichita State? And tell us about the complement of international students at your university.
So yeah, we do have some Bahamian students at the Wichita State. We actually are the #1 in Kansas with the international population. We have over 3,000 students from all over the country, over 100 countries at Wichita State University. So it's a very diverse campus.
I'm sure that the Bahamians bring a lot of flair wherever we go.
Yes, for sure.
Bahamians like to make themselves known. Ms. Tai, tell us, what is campus life like? What is it like living and going to school at Wichita State?
So during the first year, students are required to live on campus. They receive a lot of supports from their peers, and then they also have residence assistance to take care of their needs. And there's always a lot of activities going on other than going to class. And that helps them to build a network to prepare for their jobs and their future plans living in their campus life.
Oh, but some of my best memories in university was living on campus. And like you said, it is a university. It's a little universe of its own, and you just love it. Charlotte, tell us, how many students have you provided assistance to, and what levels of scholarships have some of them received?
So over the past 8 years, it's now 1,200 students.
Wow.
Last year, the college fair, we saw 2,500 students. And out of those students that attended this year, 201 of them went to university.
Wow,
right?
amazing.
So some of them offer up the full scholarship. But of course, we can only meet you halfway. You have to give us the grades.
Yes.
That's how we help you.
Yes.
Yeah? They're going to automatically get scholarship because they partner with me. And then we look at their grades. Okay, what are you doing in your BGCSEs, your SATs? The schools look at that and then they determine you. Ty just called me last week, Charlotte, I have an additional scholarship. One of your students come in, you know? So we try to help students as much as possible.
It sounds like it's one of those situations where preparation meets opportunity.
Absolutely.
And you work hard through your school life, you put in the effort, and this is a reward.
Exactly.
For those years of excellence that the students put into their work.
We really try to help the students, and you asked about the level. So we go up to the doctoral. Walden will talk about that next, but it's associates, bachelors, masters, and the doctoral, along with some certificates, whatever the schools will offer. Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. And Mr. Nunez, so you will be sharing at the college fair this weekend. Tell us a little bit of what you'll be talking about with students, and will there be any scholarships available?
Yeah, so we're going to be going over what WSU is, where it's at, the scholarships that we do offer. So one of them is the Global Select. As you mentioned, good grades do pay, so I keep those good grades up. And then just talking about Wichita State, and we're welcome to have you there.
What advice would you give to international students coming to Wichita State? I know it can be difficult. There's always cultural shock, not only from country to country, but also from school to school. What advice do you have for international students coming to your university?
Do not be afraid of asking questions. Whenever you're not clear, ask. There's no stupid question at all in this world. So that's my only advice.
I love it. There's no stupid question. I say that to my children. It's like, Dad, I have a stupid question. There's no stupid question.
Yeah.
Go for it. So Charlotte, tell us about the fair this weekend. Where is it happening? What time it is? How do we get there?
Yes.
All of that.
Well, we will be again at the most
There you go.
Holy Trinity Activity Center in Stapleton Gardens. We begin at 9 a.m. and we go until 4:30. There's a small registration fee this year, and that was intentional because we want students to get they should have a buy-in in their education, because normally when it's free, they don't appreciate it, and so we really want them to appreciate the schools that came from so far to help them. So we're here, we're waiting for you. Please come on down.
I love it, and it's happening at the most
Holy Trinity.
Stapleton Gardens, right?
Yes.
Just before we wrap up, you've seen, as you said, thousands of students go through this transition from high school to college, universities. I guess what's some advice you can give to parents who are beginning the school year? Their child might not be ready for university yet. They're grade 9, 10, or 11. What are some of the things parents can do now that can prepare their children for success at this point?
Especially if they're in grade 10, now is the time. Don't wait until grade 12.
Yes.
Now is the time to get them actively involved in civic and church and organizations. They need to build a portfolio. Speak to what it is that you've been doing in addition to the grades, because we need more than just grades. We want to see a well-rounded student.
Awesome.
Build on that portfolio over the years. Parents, if they know their child is not ready, do not send them off. If you got to wake them up for school every morning, clean your room, do your chores, do your homework, they cannot survive in university. So they need to stay here for at least 2 years to mature and then go off. I always tell parents that if you see your child is not responsible at home, they will not be responsible in university. And if you go on scholarship, you have to maintain that cumulative GPA in order to keep that scholarship. So you don't want to go, excuse me, for one semester and then you got to go home because you're there partying, playing, getting caught up,
They have to know to be responsible.
You have to be responsible. Some classes start 7 a.m. in the morning. And so you can't be sleeping 10 o'clock, you just get up.
I had labs that started at 7 a.m., 4-hour lab session, so I know exactly what you're talking
So
about.
it prepares you for the real world.
Yes.
So you have to be intentional, you have to be serious about it. If this is what you want, we're gonna make it happen for you.
I love it. So
But you gotta meet
parents,
us halfway.
parents got to do their part, students got to do your
Absolutely.
part, and of course the Charlotte Knowles-Thompson Agency is going to do their part, and this is why we
Yes.
have you guys here. We'd like to thank you all for being here this morning, enjoying the conversation with Wichita State and CKTA. We're going to
Yes.
hear more from you guys in the next segment, but thank you all for being here.
Thank
Thank
you.
you
so
for having
much.
us. Thank you.
Thank you. You're watching Mamas at Sunrise. Go back to school. We'll be right back.
Attention customers, next Tuesday, a major hurricane will cause complete confusion and chaos throughout the entire Bahamas. Water, phone, and internet services will be in short supply. Definite data loss is expected to all local and Family Island businesses.
Disasters don't plan ahead, but you can. Be ready with push-to-talk service that keeps you connected with your workforce with a simple push of a button. Contact the experts today at 601-8911 in Nassau or 602-8811 in the Family Island.
Meet Leno, your bridge to the future. Wealth planning, investments, corporate services, trust services, pension administration, fund administration, outsourced accounting, and payroll. When you think of financial solutions, think of Leno. Local or international, company or individual, Leno can help. Our team of skilled professionals has the experience and expertise needed for you to strive. Your goals are our goals and our priority. Leno will guide you to the right financial solution with the knowledge, resources, and support you need. Give us a call at 242-396-3225 or email us at info@lenobahamas.com to get started. Visit our website, www.lenobahamas.com, for more information today. Leno, your bridge to the future.
Welcome back. You've already heard that the Charlotte Knowles-Thompson Agency is holding a college fair with over 30 colleges in attendance. We are finding out even more information with Charlotte Knowles-Thompson, CEO and lead consultant at CKTA, Ed Johnson, Talent Solutions Manager at Walden University, and Elizabeth Harris, International Student Services Coordinator at Austin Peay State University. Good morning and welcome to Bahamas. Well, welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. Welcome to you. Welcome back. Back like you never left. Literally. So, Charlotte, of course, you have a number of international universities who are going to participate. How did you get them to be involved?
I know, right? I just love these people so much.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why I had to do 2 segments with you. I wish I could bring more, you know? But these are the most amazing accredited universities that work with me. I call and I'll ask for something extra for students, and they work with me. They meet me halfway, and that is what I appreciate so much. I have that one-on-one connection. Students are not applying into cyberspace and hoping that somebody remembers to check it. I have these people on WhatsApp.
Yeah.
And if I have a student, track the student, where we're at with the student. Do you need anything? Is there any additional information? So we work in tandem with each other to get students on campus. And I want students to know that this agency is holistic. So we really help you. We don't just tell you to, go and apply. No. You come talk to me and I'm gonna meet you at your gate to say goodbye to you. That's how serious we are. So these universities are absolutely amazing. And they have my stamp of approval, because I will not partner with anybody that's not accredited, that's not respected in their jurisdictions and internationally as well. So students know that when they graduate from the schools, they can take those credits anywhere and do another degree if they want to leave. They may love the schools and stay there. So but at least the school is accredited, and we have a wonderful relationship. I'm so grateful.
Well, let's learn a little bit more about these wonderful schools. So tell us all about Austin Peay University.
There's a lot to say about Austin Peay University, but I think my favorite part about it is it feels like home. It's a great community. I started there in 2009 as a student, and I've earned my bachelor's, I've earned my master's, I'm working on my doctoral degree. So I've been a part of that community for a long time. And right now our focus is on the student experience because, like Charlotte said, it's holistic. We don't want students to just focus on grades. We want them to get involved. We want them to get experience with presenting, with getting published before they graduate. So that's us in a nutshell, experience and community.
I love that. Okay, so bring us into the wonderful world of Walden University.
We've been around since 1970, 100% virtual. So we are the target organization for the adult learner. You may be that parent. Now I'm talking to the parents specifically. Stop thinking that the dream of education is just for your kid. We all had dreams and goals before we had the crumb snatchers.
Yeah.
So now we want to go and take our vision up the next step. You want to get that promotion on your job. Let's get you that bachelor's, that master's, or even that doctoral degree, the certificate, but it's 100% virtual and it's asynchronous. We give you an excellent deal because you're coming through Charlotte, 25% off the tuition plus grants that you don't have to apply for just because you know this lady in her organization.
Wow.
You get that. You come through the doors with that. And then you don't know what else is available here on the island that you can get.
You know, that resonated with me so much because my mom, she had to leave school or leave college. I mean, I think it's okay for me to say this. She had run out of money back in the day. And maybe 2 years ago, I think she only had a semester and a half left, and she would have had her degree, and she finished it at 60, you know, and online. So there is no cap on learning, and it's never a bad time. So tell me why your universities, both of you, should appeal so much to Bahamians.
All right, fair enough. So something that I like about living in Tennessee is it's different than island life. We're a landlocked state, so it's definitely different than the experiences you might have had before. We have all 4 seasons, which for a lot of students is really new and it's really exciting. I had a student from Nassau that came last year in January, and the first day she got there, it snowed.
Aww.
And she had such a great time, like that beginning of her semester. So I think that's one of the big things that appeals to the students.
Absolutely.
I think for us, it's because you're able to still stay home on the rock, but still get that international flavor because in your classroom, you're talking and touching people from across the globe because we are an international school. So you're getting thought processes from all over, not just from your professor, who's a PhD, but from around the globe. So now you're bringing that home. So you're bringing that expansion of knowledge without leaving right here back to the Bahamas.
I love that. Charlotte, to the parents who think that there's no way that they can afford to send their children abroad, what do you have to say to them?
Don't give up. You know, talk to me. You know, I'm gonna help as much as I can. You just can't close up into a nutshell. You know, you want to send your child to school. Talk to me. Let me see what I can do for you. You know, meet me halfway. That's what I tell them. Meet me halfway. But of course, the onus is on the student to now get the grades.
Yes.
Get those grades, and let's get you into college. Don't get comfortable on social media and up all night doing homework. Not doing homework, you know, and the grades drop, and, you know, 1.95. I can't help you like that. You know, you have to be intentional about your education, and you really have to want it. And if you want it really, really bad, you're going to do the work that's necessary to get it. But know that we're here. Just talk to us. Just talk to us.
Right. And who are you looking for tomorrow? Who is the ideal student that walks through the doors for both, I guess, universities? I'll let you go first.
So the students that we're looking for are going to be students who want to live the experience of being in college and hopefully get some professional experience before they graduate. Students who aren't afraid to go somewhere that they've never gone before.
The adult learner, 21 years of age or older. If they're a little bit younger, if they have some college credits, we'll look at them too. But that person that wants to go to school, wants an international experience, but wants to stay home to take care of family, to work their job, because you can do all those things and still be getting your degree.
Yeah.
So that's the ideal for us.
I love this because there's something for everyone happening tomorrow. Exactly. This is so refreshing to know that, you know what, because when you think about college fairs, you really just think about high schoolers or you know, children, people who are newly in college. Right. But this is really a holistic experience.
Exactly. This is for everybody. The parents who are bringing the children, while the children walk around, you know, come on over, let's talk to Walden and let's get you your degree. Yeah. You know, that degree you started years ago, but you know, everything went on hold because the babies came. Let's get you finished. Let's get to the finish line. Come talk to us. There's a school there for everybody.
Okay, and we're just about out of time, but please remind us where and when they can find you.
Holy Trinity Activity Center. This weekend, it starts today actually with the high school seniors. I got about 25 schools coming. Wow. And then we go until Sunday, 9 a.m. until 4:30 p.m. We will be at the Trinity Center in Stapleton Gardens.
And anyone can come anytime.
Anybody can come. They need to register. I need to be able to reach students when the schools are looking for them. I keep telling people last year I lost 5 students missed out on the full scholarship opportunity because I could not reach them. I did everything possible. Some students don't answer their emails and no WhatsApp.
Wow.
But I need to be able to reach you. That's the only way I can help you.
All right, so be there.
Be there.
And be registered so that you can be in contact.
Yes.
This sounds like it's going to be a wonderful event. Thank you all for coming all of this way.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wishing you all the best on tomorrow's fair.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
Here are 3 young people who stopped attending high school and got disengaged in their educational journey due to the pandemic. Today, they are proudly taking their walk all over the place because they took advantage of BTVI's Smart Start initiative. All high school students in New Providence and the Family Islands can participate in free hands-on learning to improve employability. Learn basic literacy and numeracy skills and earn a BTVI certificate in automotive mechanics, beauty and construction trades, or fashion in only 14 weeks for full-time participants or 24 weeks for part-time. Don't count yourself out. Do what they did and enroll today. Email smartstart@btvi.edu.ds or call 502-6300 so you can take your walk anywhere in life.
Focal Holdings Limited is proud of its consistent growth and the financial success it continues to bring to many Bahamians who invest in the company. Focal is committed to ensuring optimal financial performance for its shareholders. Focal's leadership remains focused on superior customer service and operational excellence across all sectors. Focal.
Satisfying to own your own piece of paradise? The most important investment you can make in your life is real estate, and Fidelity has the solution for you. You could become the owner of a home or a lot on any of our beautiful islands. Come and talk to a loan officer and inquire about how you can fund your goals with a loan today. Because we know it means a lot to own a lot. Visit us online at fidelitygroup.com. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, or visit any of our branches, or phone 356-7764 in Nassau, or 352-6676 for Freeport.
Comfort Suites Paradise Island is the best kept secret in the Bahamas. Located directly next door to the Atlantis Resort, you'll receive all the privileges of an Atlantis guest with all the benefits of a Comfort Suite stay. Enjoy everything Atlantis has to offer, including Aquaventure Water Park, plus all the amenities of Comfort Suites. Free Wi-Fi, free breakfast daily, and kids stay, play, and eat free. Visit ComfortSuitesPI.com.
The Euro device is very affordable. It allows you to increase your internet connectivity You were able to do away with the buffering, say goodbye to the dead spots. It gives them a much more stable connection. Their customers are able to view their digital menus. The establishment is able to stream. It allows for everyone, the customers and the business operators, to have a much more robust and stable internet connectivity.
Good morning and welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. We're up dead early on another fantastic Friday, and it is the mid-show, and you've stuck with us, and we'd like to thank you so much. My name is Mark.
And I'm Davriel Gardner, hoping that you're having a happy Friday.
Yeah, we've been talking a lot about back to school and university life and just all of those wonderful memories. I remember being at university. I started out at College of the Bahamas. I went to University of the West Indies in Jamaica. Big up to Chancellor Hall. Boom, boom. Right? And I went to Miami University for my graduate degree. And in all of those cases, you learn so much on a campus. It is really a university, right? Mm-hmm. And I encourage all of you out there who have children who are aspiring to have a career, to pursue university. You could start at UB, BTVI. There's lots of options there. Mm-hmm. Or just check out Charlotte Knowles-Thompson Agency College Fair this weekend.
Absolutely. You know, I had the opportunity of working with Charlotte when she used to be with BHTA, and she was always a go-getter from then. So if anyone can help you and your child get into college, and again, you as well, there's no age limit on this college fair. Charlotte is definitely the person.
And Charlotte will give parents a free box of tissues for when you cry, when you leave your children, either at the dorm or the airport, because we know it's hard leaving your babies behind.
You know, when my parents left me, I was the only one who cried. And I don't know how I feel about this. They were just kind of like, all right.
We need to have a discussion.
Have a good time.
Well, we've got more coming up in our second half. Thanks for sticking with us. We'll be talking about the addition of trade and skills to the curriculum, as well as Literacy Day with the Ministry of Education.
And we'll find out about back to school care with Oaktree Medical. But before all that, we're going to take a second look at weather with Godfrey Burnside.
Weather at Sunrise, brought to you by NUA, the hands-on agency.
Thank you, Davron. Good morning, Bahamas. In a second look at weather sunrise, we take a trip around the tropics, and this morning we have a powerful and dangerous hurricane on our hands, Hurricane Lee. And at 5 a.m. this morning, Lee was located at latitude 17.8 degrees north, longitude 53.5 degrees west, some 630 miles east of the northern Leeward Islands. Lee is moving towards the west-northwest at 14 miles per hour. Those winds in 24 hours have doubled to 165 miles per hour, a powerful Category 5 hurricane. And related to that, the track at this time, you'll see the track is going to make a west-northwest track throughout the next 3 to 5 days. And then on late Tuesday into Wednesday, it will slow down considerably and then make a turn to the north and away from the islands. But in the case of Lee, we have and expect to generate dangerous surf, life-threatening recurrents, along with coastal flooding, sea spray, sand debris, and overtopping waves along the roadways, the Glassbender Bridge on Easter, Fishing Hole Road in Grand Bahama, as Lee is expected to pass just east of the Bahamas and the Turks and Caicos Islands. We're asking those residents of Southeastern Islands, the Turks and Caicos Islands, starting Sunday, to remain in port, you mariners, and Monday through the remainder of the week in the remainder of the islands, and all you swimmers, stay out of the water. We advise you mariners, small car operators to remain in port, and those out there to come in port because of this dangerous hurricane. And then we have Tropical Storm Margot, and at 5 a.m. this morning, Margot was located at latitude 17.4 degrees north, longitude 30.8 degrees west, some 460 miles west-northwest of the Cabo Verde Islands. It's moving towards the west-northwest at 16 miles per hour. Winds are now 40 miles per hour with higher gusts. On the local scene, in your marine forecast today, those winds light and variable seas 1 to 3 for northwest Bahamas, east to southeast at 10 to 15 knots sea to 4 feet over the central Bahamas, and 15 knots sea 3 to 5 feet or the southeastern islands. On Saturdays, winds east to southeast at 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 4 feet, northwest and central Bahamas, northeast to east at 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 4 feet, or the southeastern islands. On Sunday, those winds east to southeast again 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 4 to northwest Bahamas, northeast to east at 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 4 feet, or the central and southeastern islands. Your tides. You can expect a low tide at 9:23 this morning, high tide will be at 3:58 this afternoon, low again tonight at 10:34. Sunset 7:20 this evening, rising more at 6:53. UV index 9, your water temperature 88 degrees Fahrenheit, honeymoon phase last quarter. Your extended look, we expect lead to stay to the east of the islands, but we expect a mix of sun and clouds through the weekend with some showers, possible thunderstorms, particularly over the central and southeast islands today, starting moving to northwest Bahamas by tomorrow. The temperature daytime will be around the 90-degree mark, at nighttime in the upper 70s. I leave with this: mariners throughout the length and breadth of the Bahamas, starting tomorrow, to come in port and not to go out, stay in port, and those are out there to come in port because of the dangerous surfs, and those swells can be up to 16 to 20 feet, starting on Sunday to Monday in the southeastern islands. That puts her up in front. Look at weather at sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Mark.
Hey, Mom, can you look after Kaylee?
Sorry, I'll be out for a while dealing with my home and car insurance.
What? You know there's a newer way, right?
A new way?
Where have you been? Look, go to newerinsurance.com, log in, get your quote, buy your insurance, done. You can even use it to manage your claim.
Oh? By the way, it's not newer. It's N-U-A. Where's she been?
Do it anyway with NUA Insurance Agents and Brokers.
One thing, two things, blue thing, old things, things that are small, things that are grand, things that fit just right in the palm of your hand. Fox Hill Nursery, a large selection of garden supplies. If you can see it in your mind, you can find it at Fox Hill Nursery.
Thank you, Godfrey. We've been hearing a lot about the restructuring of the school curriculum. To help us understand this and gain a little more information about Literacy Day, National Literacy Day, we have with us education officers with the Ministry of Education and Technical and Vocational Training. We have with us Rochelle Scott, Wendy Bowe, and Latoya Burrows. Good morning, all, and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning.
Thank you all for being here. I'm loving the shirts promoting UNESCO International Literacy Day. And is that today? All right, it's International Literacy Day. We'll get to that, but let's talk about the new curricular offerings. And so are the new curricular offerings inclusive of the trades and skills that industry partners are requiring?
Yes, indeed. The ministry has made a commitment since 2021 when we changed our names to become intentional about our offerings as it relates to technical and vocational training. We offer a variety of subjects from grade 7 through 12 that give our students skills to enter the workforce and credential them in industry recognized standards.
Ms. Bowe, tell us, what do some of these courses for new trades and skills entail?
Well, some of them would entail, I believe, clothing construction. We have the business areas with accounts and economics, and we'd also have areas in the technical studies that include automotive studies and trades, and so those are some of the areas that would include.
I enjoyed in high school doing a little bit of technical drawing. I know there was auto mechanics. I don't think we had plumbing in high school. We had a little bit of woodworking. I think I still have a little art piece I made in grade 9. But I enjoyed those classes very much. Ms. Burrows, tell us, what is the benefit of including some of these courses in high school?
Well, we prepare students for the next level. So not all students are going to go and be a doctor or lawyer, but like you said, they're going to be a plumber, they're going to be into trades. And if you know anything about trades, work. It is expensive when you have to call that plumber in the middle of the night to deal with situations. So it prepares our students for life outside of the classroom, and it's important that they get a well-rounded education. So we have the academics, the chemistry, the physics, the biology, and then we have the auto mechanics for that child that is just great at taking apart a car and putting it back together.
Exactly, and you see it, you know, I have 4 children of my own, and you can see that there's varying interests amongst them. Some are better with their hands, others they like to read a little bit more and be to their own. And so I love that you're now including those students that just might be a little more handy, right? They like to take things apart and tinker with it and see how it works. So National Literacy Day, we've got the shirts on. Tell us a little bit about today and what's going on internationally.
Well, today is UNESCO's National Literacy Day, and today all around the world persons are encouraged to read. At 11:30 today, pick up a book, read a few pages, and open up a new world. A book can take you anywhere. I say that books are the foundation of knowledge. So once you open that book, you can be anywhere you want to be in the world just by flipping a few pages.
I agree with you 100%. In our house growing up, we had walls of books, everything from comics to picture books to my father's books from when he was in college. And so I would tend to pick up and skim through. I think I'm still a skimmer, right? I kind of read a couple pages here or there. But at 11:30 today, everyone should pick up a book and read. So you'll hear that, work people, everyone. Pick up a book and read. Allow your staff to be involved in National Literacy Day. While we're talking about literacy, how is that important when it comes to the student and preparing them for life?
Oh my goodness, literacy is so important in the world right now. We have 750 million adults and children that cannot read.
Wow.
And I always say that reading is so important. Think of it as this. If I drop you in the middle of an airport and you can't read, where are you going to go? You don't have the skills to read the boards, to see which gate to go to. It's so important for you to read. It's the foundation of learning. It's the foundation of being a fluent speaker, a fluent writer. It's the foundation of being a fluent communicator. And so you have some people that have the gift of gab, but imagine if they read. You know, they can expand that conversation so much further. So literacy is so important. In fact, the ministry has decided that for lower primary, that's grades 1 to 2 and 3, they're going to focus solely on literacy and numeracy for the Christmas term. So we're thinking 3 months, and we're just going to target those literacy skills, target those numeracy skills, so we can get our kids up and ready to go.
We love it. And, you know, whenever we had our babies, we always told, read to your babies. They understand you. You think they don't understand, but they're forming the words and they're watching your mouth. Ms. Bowe, what other activities are happening today and how can people get involved?
Well, there are a lot of activities planned within the schools today. Students and teachers and administrators are all encouraged, as you've pointed already, to just drop everything and read as they go about the day at a specific time. Persons are invited to reenact plays or short stories that they would have been reading in classes. We are also encouraged to integrate some artwork into our reading. So as we read, we make our art pieces. We go out and we create areas, special areas for reading, so that, you know, on those other days when it's not International Reading Day, but every day is Reading Day. We can find those quiet places to go out and read. And I know that on the Family Islands, some of our teachers and students are engaging in little workshops that help them to understand some strategies that can help to develop literacy. And so they're being immersed in a lot of activities that focus on reading and writing. And so we're very excited about those activities. And we hope that the students develop a really profound love for reading.
That's
and its
awesome.
importance.
And because once you develop that love when you're young, it never leaves. She just said she was up all night reading. Probably this morning she read right up until she came in. Two books I remember from my childhood, probably my early formative years reading. One was The Alchemist by Khalil Gibran, and the other was the book Restavek. And it was about a young girl out of Haiti who ended up being let's say a housekeeper in the United States and worked her way up. Two books I really love. It just changed my perspective as a child. Let's talk about the school year. What are your hopes for this academic year, especially with the new trades and skills programs that are being offered?
My hope is that literacy is integrated. We always say to read in the content area. So for my automotive students, they can read motocross or road and track magazines. That's still reading. We have robotics now, and we have sustainable technology. So we want to incorporate literacy, reading into all of our subject areas.
I love it. I love it. What are you looking forward to this year?
I'm looking forward to a great partnership between the school, the home, and the community, as well as when we think about the ministry itself. I'm looking forward to those programs that are being implemented, especially in terms of literacy, to just take off. And as parents and teachers and students work together, we can move forward in the country.
Awesome. And you, tell us, what is your hopes for this academic?
My hope is that everyone realizes that literacy is everyone's business. So it's not just the language arts teacher, but it's every teacher, every student who's responsible for the literacy development. And I'm hopeful that, as students go out into the classrooms and they learn, that everything that they learn, that they see relevance in it, and that it becomes meaningful to them and their lives.
Awesome. Before we go, I want you to give me your reading recommendations for the day. So you're telling people to read at 11:30. Give them something to read. Get them something to read at 11:30 today. What's your book recommendation? Anything.
The Skin I'm In.
Boom. I love it.
The Giving Tree by Shel Silverstein.
Love it.
And I'm going to say I'm currently reading the Bridgerton series, so any one of those books would really be very engaging.
Awesome. Thank you all for being here. This was a really wonderful conversation, talking about National Literacy Day, talking about trade and skills programs in the curricula for high school, and looking forward to the next generation of thinkers, of readers, of nation builders that we're producing out of our education system. So thank you all for what you do, and we look forward to talking again.
Thank you.
Thank you all for being here. You're watching Mamas at Sunrise. Go pick up a book and read. That's what Grandma used to say, right? Go pick up a book and read. It's National Literacy Day. Thanks for watching. We'll be back.
Starting this August and every month thereafter, the Bahamas National Statistical Institute will be conducting the Quarterly Labor Force Survey. This household-based survey is designed to produce quarterly labor force estimates and deliver important information, including the number of persons employed and unemployed, employed persons classified by occupation, and more. If you're 15 or older, we encourage you to participate. For more information, visit bahamas.gov.bs/statistics.
And I say, boy, my island's in the sun, 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 sun. Bring it up now. And I say, boy, my island's in the sun. Carnival time is here. Just when I turn to party, this broken, I got to get so, boy, my island's in the sun.
Fly free from Nassau. Visit BahamasResidence.com for details.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station, open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling.
Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
Thanks, Godfrey. Surely all parents have the book list, the school supply list, and the uniform list. But there is a back-to-school list, a health checklist, that is important too. Here to give us some advice about this are Dr. Tamara Moss, pediatrician at Oaktree Medical Center, and Dr. Valencia Johnson, pediatrician at Oaktree Medical Center. Good morning, ladies, doctors, and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Thank you.
So, Dr. Moss, there are a lot of respiratory viruses going around. What care should children take to prevent illnesses?
Well, as you mentioned, there are a lot of respiratory viruses going around. We've seen just an unusual timing where this persisted straight throughout the summer, and we anticipate it's going to go on through the school year. So I would advise parents to take precautions, teach your children the basics of hand hygiene, washing their hands after using the bathroom, touching surfaces before eating lunch. Also, just reiterating with them how germs are spread, not sharing juice boxes at school, not sharing water bottles. If they're going to cough or sneeze, make sure that they do so into the crux of their elbow as opposed to just letting the germs fly.
So we kind of saw an uptick, again, just in general, not just with children, but respiratory illnesses. All of my friends who have small children, it seems like every week somebody brought home something, which was interesting because we were indoors for quite some time. Do you think the time that we spent in isolation and then coming back together caused that proliferation just in terms of those illnesses?
Absolutely. So part of the immune system's ability to fight off germs or gain experience really requires you to be exposed to these bugs. And so we've been super sanitized for the past few years. Our children have been locked away indoors and isolated, not really exposed. And particularly for the 5 and under age group, their job is to get sick, develop immunity so that when they encounter these bugs again, they're able to fight it off in a timely fashion. And they hadn't really been able to do that. And so now that we're all back out in the open, they're just kind of catching up.
They're making up for lost time,
yes,
in the worst way. Dr. Johnson, obviously you want to have your brain food to have a great day at school. Would you say that breakfast is still the most important meal of the day?
Indeed it is. It's important for children as they get ready first thing in the morning to have that good start. Having proteins in their diet, something like eggs or tuna, is really good throughout the day. And even for those that don't like a full breakfast in the morning, if you can get them a grab-and-go snack like a granola bar and a yogurt or yogurt and a fruit, it's a good way to start the day.
When you're picking these healthy items in terms of a lunch, what would you recommend for parents to pack?
So I find that oftentimes now a lot of students are getting lunch at school. So sometimes it's the snacks that the parents have to prepare. So just making sure that they have healthy snacks. Fruits work well for healthy snacks. So does yogurt. It has high protein again. It helps for brain food throughout the day. Encouraging parents not to pack juice, but to pack water, as opposed to some children take 2 juice to school. It has a lot of sugar. So we encourage them to carry water. And then the lower sugar snacks are quite important.
So talking about tests and getting back to school, Dr. Moss, what are the tests that children should definitely take from a health perspective before they come back to school?
For a health perspective, definitely getting an overall physical just to make sure their state of general health is great, but we also want to pay specific attention to vision screenings to make sure that our kids can see the board when they get to school, hearing evaluations just to make sure that they can hear what's being taught, especially for children who are at the age where they're developing speech and language. We also want to do blood tests to check for anemia because we know that that can cause cognitive deficits if they do have any anemia, so we want to check for that as well. And then in some instances, pardon me, depending on the exposure, we would want to do a MAM2 test to just check for tuberculosis as well.
So talking about being exposed to social settings or larger social settings, Dr. Johnson, what are some things that parents should be careful to teach their children about strangers who might be at school?
So it's very important to teach them, especially the toddlers as they're going to bigger schools, or the children who are going into grade 1, not to engage with strangers after school. For the most part, I think the younger kids are retained in the classrooms and the parents have to go up to the classroom to pick them up. But as they get beyond those ages, grade 2 and 3, where they're allowed to play outside, assigning a specific area to pick them up after school and making sure that they don't go home with anybody that the parent that's not assigned to pick them up. So it's important for the parents to tell the children, these are the persons who are going to pick you up after school, and if mommy and daddy are not available, you know, these are plan B and plan C. If anybody else tells you to get in the car, you probably should go to the office and call your parents just to check and confirm, you know, who are you supposed to be going home with, but definitely not to engage with anybody outside of the schoolyard.
As we have these back to school conversations, we say that summer is ending, but I don't know if the weather has taken notice that summer is supposed to be coming to an end. So it seems unusually hot at this time of year, but of course back to school, children are going to be playing outside. What are some things that parents can tell their children or just to help them to ensure that the heat doesn't affect them negatively?
So definitely pack those water bottles. Children should have at least, we know, 8-ounce cups of water a day. The average water bottle holds anywhere between 16 to 20 ounces of water. And so I always advise parents to make sure that they're getting through at least 2 of those during the school day. At the end of the school day, particularly for children who participate in after-school sports, practices, swimming, track and field, anything that's being done outdoors, they need an extra 8 to 16 ounces of water for each hour that they're going to be outside participating in those activities. So I also tell them, don't wait until you're thirsty to drink, because by that time you're already dehydrated. So just keep up with it. Every 1 to 2 hours, you want to make sure that you're getting some water and hydration in.
See, that's a lesson for me too, to ensure that we stay hydrated. Well, ladies, thank you, doctors, thank you so much for joining us this morning. I'm sure that this information is really going to help parents as well as their kids as they get back into the back to school flow so that they can make the best out of the school year.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
And thank you for watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Ria Christina, and I'm super excited to be the new host of You and Your Money, local international banks that has actually been closing some of their branches. It actually gives me an opportunity to share my views, my take on the financial matters. Even when we think about what's happening globally, we still have a lot of work to do in terms of having to educate business owners as to the importance, the economic impact, and how it is that we can look at improving the Bahamian economy. $1 billion. That's how much we spend every year importing food in this country. It also gives me an opportunity to have conversations, and that's meaningful conversations with thought leaders within our community, even having to see how it is that we can work together or even the opportunities that may exist for many Bahamians. So I'm excited to be here and looking forward to the great conversations that's to come.
It has been another fantastic Friday here on Bahamas at Sunrise. We talked about all of the educational opportunities that your kids can take advantage of at the Charlotte Knowles-Thompson Agency College Fair, which is happening this weekend at Holy Trinity. You definitely want to go. It starts today, and actually it carries through Sunday. And it's not just for your kids. We are talking about adult education as well.
Yeah, so those of you said, all right, once the children get out of high school, you're going to go get your master's and your PhD. Go for it. It's never too late. As long as there's life, there's hope. So you have yourself a good weekend. Keep your eye on Hurricane Lee. Don't let your guard down. Make sure we're prepared. And you all be safe until we see you on Monday. Go support Team Bahamas tomorrow. First Puerto Rico. See y'all.